Okay, everybody, you've finished reading your story, and is everybody done with the questions? Okay, so let's review the questions about the story. So the first question: how many people are in the story? How many people? Yes, in total, 3. Read the last line. The last line. Yes, 4 people, the customer. There is Tim, right? He is the head cook. There is Rob. He is the prep cook. There is the waitress. She brings the food to the customer. So there are 4 people in the story. Very good. Where does Tim get the rice? Where does he get the rice? Yes, he gets the rice from the shelf. He gets the rice from the shelf. What else? ¿Qué más? What else does he see on the shelf? What else? Right? The coffee, right? Pasta, right? And green beans, exactly. So he sees those things on the shelf as well as the rice. And who eats the food? Who eats the food? Yes, the customer, las clientes, the customers. Very good. So now, as we talked about at the beginning, today's reading about the kitchen is busy. We read that in preparation for everyone to write 3 sentences about your work. 3 sentences about your work, your jobs. So let's review the verbs that we had in the story. So get. Tim says, go get the rice. Go get. Vaya a obtener. Obtener the rice. Go get the rice. And then he takes the rice. Llevar. He takes the rice and he brings it. He brings the rice to the kitchen all the way. So he brings it with him. He brings it and then he puts it down, poner. He puts the rice on the counter. He puts the rice on the counter. All this while the chef is making the special dish, the pork and clams. Absolutely. Now, one thing that's interesting about take, when we talked about our jobs earlier, Diana, you're a nanny. You take care of the children of the family. You take care of the children's family. Cuidar los niños, yes. So to take care of means, yes, it's to cuidar los niños, but also, it also means that it is your responsibility. It is your responsibility. Es la responsabilidad de tuyo. So, for instance, Lillian at the market with the area where they have the coffee and the milk and the sugar and the napkins, right? Who takes care of that? Yes, who makes sure there is enough? Who makes sure that it's clean? Okay, you do. Okay, so when you write about your job, you are the cashier. We talked about that. You take the money, you make change, you give the change to the customers. But another of your responsibilities is that you take care of the area, the coffee area. Right. I take care of the coffee area. Repeat. Very good. Lillian, she takes care of the coffee area. Very good. She takes care of the coffee area. William, at your job. William, as a reminder, he's a mason. He works with the stone and the tile. William, at your job, are you responsible for taking care of the tools? Los herramientas. Yes, you take care of them. Right. Taking care can mean to clean, to watch over, to make sure they don't get lost. So it is your responsibility. So everybody, when you're writing about your job, your work, think about the things that you or the people you work with are responsible for. That gives you another idea of all the things that happen at your job, okay? All right, very good. So here are some good verbs that you can use in your writing about what you do at your job. And then to get started, before you start writing the sentences in your notebooks, first, just write down the people at work, the people who you work with, your colleagues, your clients, your customers, the children, whoever, but just make a list. So there's I, my colleague, the other person, yeah, just the list of who you work with, either work there or the customers who come in, who you interact. And then assemble, just pick the verbs that you do in your job. So, yeah, Angie, you guys paint. Claudia, you paint. You're painters. Okay, so you paint. That's very good. That's a great verb for your write-up. Everybody takes care of something. A lot of you make things. So if you make sandwiches at the deli, or if you clean, you clean up the house, you clean the kitchen, you clean the bedrooms, other verbs. So depending on what your job is, write a list of your verbs that you're going to use in your writing. Doesn't have to be long. And then lastly, the objects. This is where you would put the painters, brushes, tarps, walls, floors. Very good. So if you start with the list, let's do this first. Take 5 minutes, take 3 minutes, and just write down your the people at your work, the verbs for the things that you all do, and the objects and the actions that you do. And then we'll work with a partner and we can start then making the sentences that make sense. Okay? Great.